Let's get it, baby. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is not financial advice. I just hope a bunch of other myths, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, let me know where you from in the comments. You already know what time it is. I hope you're having a great Thursday. I hope that you understand that when I see a price I like, I strike. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the charts. We're going to see what's going on the market. We're going to try to make some money, baby. And we're going to try to do it responsibly. We're going to stick to the laws. You already know what time it is, but you got to let me know where you're from. I'm trying to get to know you a little bit better. So shout out to the whole family. I see North Carolina is in the building. Shout out to North Carolina. Shout out to the whole family. Let's get it. I see you. My guy said Naptown is in the building too. Hey, we love it. We love to see it, big dog. Here we go. Yonkers is in the building. South Carolina is in the building too. ATL, we here. Put some respect on ATL. Let's get it. Let's get it. Good morning, everybody. Let's go. Mexico is in the building. Nuevo, if I said that incorrectly, let me know, big dog. Oh, Alaska is here. We got New Orleans, Tampa, Florida, Ohio, California. Let us know where you from in the comments, baby. Philly is in the building. We got Jamaica is in the house in Texas. I see you, family. Let's talk about it. Florida. We got, the family all over the world, man. I love to see it. And I want to give y'all just a shout out and just say, Honolulu is in the building too. Let's go. Let's go.
Put some respect on my name.
Funk Master Flex Bombs. Let's go. I see you. Tampa, we got a lot of people from Tampa, Mexico too. Austin, Texas. Listen, I want to just say I appreciate you because there are so many people who aren't trying to really learn about financial literacy. They aren't trying to level up, and they assume that they can't make money trading, right? They assume all of these different things. But imagine this. Imagine that you got on a bike for the first time and then it didn't work out. So then you assume that you will never be able to ride a bike. When in actuality, what you got to do is put in the time. You got to learn how to use training wheels. You got to learn how to step it up gradually so that then you could be successful, right? So what I try to do is get on here and show you, okay, this is someone who actually knows how to ride a bike. And then you can say, okay, this could be done. How can I implement this as well? Straight up, big dog. Long Island is in the building. Philadelphia is in the building. When we look at the charts right now, what we're currently seeing is, let me move myself down a little bit more so we can see a little bit better. What we're seeing is we're getting some pre-market action. Listen, hold up. Let's zoom out for a second. Let's go to the hourly chart right here. Take a look at this, family. Yesterday, all of those calls that people were just holding on to, you see what happened? A lot of it got smoked, family. And it's not just retail investors. A lot of institutions got smoked here too by bigger institutions who just sell off. And a lot of it is algorithmic trading. When you battling with the algorithms, listen, you think YouTube algorithm is crazy? These institutions, their algorithms that trade, when they hear certain words, it's crazy, right? So now when you wonder what's going on with this, there are two pieces to this that made this market come down like this from yesterday. Keep in mind, we got all the way up to about 400. And let me delete these lines just so I can just give you an idea, because you remember, we talked about this. This is law number 5. Look at this. I want you to just see what's going on, and I want you to see why we trade the way that we do. Family, this is one of the cleanest, clearest uptrends I've seen in a long time. Look at this. Let's get our extended line. Boom. Here we go. Look at this. We have 3 levels of support on our ascending level of resistance, or our ascending level of support. Pay attention to this, because this is law 5 in action, right? Law 5 in action. And I'll explain to you what law 5 is. Those who've been rocking with me, you know this is the one where technical analysis works 70% of the time. Take a look at this. When you look at the charts and you're looking for a trend, like an uptrend, you're looking for confirmations. So we're going up, we're going up. Boom. We hit our level. We hit it once, hit the level a second time, and then we hit it a third time. So here you would be thinking, okay, I'm at 2 levels of support, just about at about 400. I'm ready to ride this wave up to maybe even 410, right? But guess what happened? This uptrend got invalidated by what? News catalyst. The news catalyst. Let's go to law 5 real quick, because again, the only reason we're able to remain successful doing this is because we have some guidelines, and we're not switching up away from them. Look at law number 5. Law number 5 states, the game is not fair. TA works 70% of the time. You'll get false breakouts and you'll get false breakdowns. These things happen due to news or manipulation. Yesterday, it was the news. Yesterday, it was the news. What news was that? I should have the receipts right here that I did on a video yesterday, right? Let's take a quick look. Retail sales fall by 1.1%. This is the biggest monthly drop. Now, demand was coming down, right? However, it was coming down a little fast, AKA when you see GDP and gross domestic product, when you look at the whole economy, you start to see it going down a little bit too fast. People start to get afraid. Recession news starts to come in, right? And look, this is something that you get. Something like this. They're like, oh, we might hit a recession. Let's just get over into the bonds. Let's get into more safety, right? You start to see people moving their money into high yield savings accounts just to make sure that they stop losing it in the market. And then they create this self-fulfilling prophecy right here where they think it's going to drop and then they cause it to actually drop. Now, there's another piece of news, too, that's basically going hand in hand with this news, right? With this news right here, that, again, the biggest monthly drop in retail sales. You would think that would be a good thing, right? When you're trying to curb inflation. Well, let's take a quick look at the other thing, and it might be on Bloomberg. Yep, here we go. Look at this. Let me move myself again. Hold up, I didn't mean to press that. This one. U.S. jobless claims drop to 190,000, the lowest level since September. So you're thinking, okay, yeah, this is cool, right? It's kind of a funny way to think about it, but they're saying the joblessness, it dropped, right? So more people have jobs. This is great, right? Actually, for the economy to really show us that, you know what? These rate hikes are working. Family, they want people to lose their jobs. They want more people to not have a job. So when they see something like this, this gets us from, we're all the way up here at about 400. It drops us to where? It drops us to about 390 on the SPY. And then you see that new joblessness data come out. It drops us under 390. And now we're under it and we're at 388 in the pre-market. Or even it got as low as 387. Again, family, why is this important? Because the news catalyst has rule number 5 in full effect. The game is not fair. TA is going to work 70% of the time. And one of the reasons is the news, straight up like that. So you got to be informed, right? There are people who are misinformed and they don't understand what they're looking at. And sometimes you could even argue they're being lied to and manipulated. And there are other people who are uninformed, and you don't want to be misinformed and you don't want to be uninformed. You got to trade with the chart and not with your heart, baby. Straight up like that. And you already know. So those of you who might be new here, let's run it by you real quick. The 5 laws. This is how I remain profitable. 98% of traders are not profitable. I got to always know that. Hold up. Let me pull it up. I have to always keep this in my mind. We got to be forever present in our minds with this. It says most people aren't profitable. There has to be some reason. But that means 2% of them are. What's going on? You got to understand that you will lose sometimes. It's a part of the game. It is what it is. Imagine that you were playing soccer and you expected to never be on defense. Imagine that you were driving a car and you expected to never stop at a stop sign or stop at a red light. These things just happen, right? They just a part of it. So in trading, you will lose sometimes. You know what? And since you're going to lose, you want to make your losses small. We got to do that. How do we do that? We use stop losses, 5 to 10%. And we trade with 5% of our portfolio max at any one time, right? If you got $1,000 and you're looking to trade options, that means you're trading with about $50. You understand what I'm saying? You got to keep it simple. And in time, as you get better, this $50 will be 70. 70 will be 100. And then you'll be able to grow it and be better like that. We know holding overnight is risky, especially in a bear market. Now, again, my people who've been holding overnight for days and days and days, look at this. You've been holding overnight, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but as long as you understand the risk, you then can be empowered. You then can be empowered to be better. So look at this. My people who've been holding, and look, I didn't even see this one back here, right? Another confirmation on this trend. One, I thought it was just starting here, right? Another confirmation on this trend. Boom. So I guess I could have even drew it a little bit steeper. So, all right, 4 confirmations on this trend. You get into a call, you holding it overnight. You're holding it overnight. You're holding overnight. You've been killing it, right? You up 100% by now for sure. You hold it overnight again, and you lose everything that you've gained. Why is that important? We got to know that holding overnight is risky in a bear market, family. It's just the way it go. So we got to take profits. How do we take profits? Most of the time, 90% of the time, if not more, I'm taking profits with my stop loss. My stop loss will just kick me out of it, right? It'd be like, all right, man, you made enough. Whether it be 1%, whether it be 100%, who knows? So now, we already went over number 5, how the game ain't fair. You're going to get these false breakouts and false breakdowns. So now, as it stands, we're going through the summary right here that we've been keeping track of since October 25th. All of the green are profitable days. Red are losses. Gray means I did not trade at all, right? I didn't trade at all because there were no clear signals. You need clear signals in order to remain profitable, right? So my guy said this. Shout out to you, family. Appreciate you. Put some respect on it.
I ain't got no more talking.
Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad. Hold up.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my guy. He said, Keenan, 5% per trade. Yeah, any one trade needs to be, in my opinion. You could go harder, you could go less hard, but 5%, because what it'll help you do is to keep your heart out of it, family, and just listen to the charts. And then that's how you will remain profitable, so you don't end up in the group of losers. And not losers because they're not good people or nothing like that. I mean losers because they are literally losing in their trades, and we don't want to end up like that. Right? There are people who are going to be ignorant, and I mean ignorant in terms of not knowing, and they're never going to be able to win because they just don't understand. How can you find these rules in the Discord? I want to say I pinned it to Keenan's Trades. Keenan's Trades, I want to say I pinned it there, right? Now, with me keeping these things in mind, and let me just make sure I did. Did I? No, I guess not. I swear I did, though. I was talking to TJ about this. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, they're in Keenan's Trades, and they are, it's saying it's not pinned, but I see it pinned. Let me try to repin it. But yeah, if you go to Keenan's Trades and you scroll up, you'll see it, and I'll pin it again. All right, boom. Yeah, it's in Keenan's Trades right now in the Discord. So it's in the watch list too. Thank you. All right. You said that sound, yo, I'm telling you. So now, with all of this being said, let's just go over this real quick again. You want to trade with the small amounts. Everything that we're doing is scientific. Everything that we're doing has a reason, right? You want to trade with the small amounts because in options, technically you're leveraged, right? It's kind of like when you put a down payment on a house and then you have a complete control over, let's call it a $300,000 asset, but you only put in, let's call it a few 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever, right? You only put in that much, but you got control of the whole asset. So when you get into an option, you put the premium down, which is kind of like the down payment, and you have control of all of these different stocks, 100 of the stock. But you never bought 100 of the stock, but you get to control it. So it's leveraged. So you could get a chance to win a lot or lose your whole premium. So you don't need to go crazy, crazy hard in order to be profitable. What you need to do to be profitable is literally follow the rules, understand that the game ain't fair, understand that you are going to have to do what? Take small wins sometimes. And what's even harder for some people is you're going to have to take small losses sometimes. None of us want to lose. But if you understand that, you got to lose sometimes, take the small loss, and then to avoid you taking big losses so you could be in the game long enough to win big. It happens every now and again where you'll win, boom, it'll just go nuts, right? Your entry will be perfect, but it is what it is. So now, today is Thursday the 19th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to add in a new date, and let's see what we get. Remember, we don't get to dictate what the market gives us. We just read it. We read the charts, and the market is going to give us what it's going to give us. So we're on the 19th. The market's going to give us what it's going to give us. And I told y'all this the other day. Somebody said, man, I'm talking about literally on my back. Keenan, you're telling me that the stock market moved because of your charts? No. I'm telling you, I seen the charts, and that's how I knew it was going to move. When you see the weatherman and he tells you it's going to rain, he's not making it rain. He's not making it rain. He's looking at the data and then telling you, oh, based off of all of this, the condensation, based off of, what was it? The weather stone, it looks like it's raining. It looks like it's raining, family, based off of the weather stone. So, okay. I want to say this, though. After this huge, crazy drop, right? After this crazy drop, on the hour chart, we are way, way oversold. Due for a little bit of a bounce on the hour time frame. On the day time frame, we're still normal-ish in range because it takes longer for that one to kind of make sense. On the 5 minute, we're getting close to overbought, closer, right? But after that crazy drop, family, come on now. All right, so we're looking at the SPY right now. Another one that I was saying that I wanted to look at too was Coinbase for trading, not for buying stock long term. Maybe they'll graduate back there, but not yet. They have not for me. They are currently in the overbought territory ever so slightly. So I'm not pressed to go and get in on that, but that's what I'm seeing. So now let's go over and let's look at the SPY again. And remember, you never want to rush. Whenever you feel like you're rushing, that's how you get smoked. You don't want to get smoked, right? So, okay, let's start charting. Let's zoom out. Let's add in our lines. Technically, though, you could argue that we're at one right now, right? So hold up. Let's do the blue lines first. Usually we do the green and the red. Let's do the blue ones first. So we need a horizontal line, right? So if you're trying to be able to do your charts the way that you see me do it, now's your time to really pay attention. Here we go. I'm going to get my horizontal line, just a straight left to right sideline. And look at this. We already technically passed it just now, but it's this right here. This would be my early entry on a call. I'm looking at a recent level of resistance. So this is the candle. This one wouldn't be it because it's already past it. This one is it. But since we're past it again, we want to look closer to right here. So this would be my blue line, right? We haven't gotten there yet. So this would be my early entry on a call, right? A previous resistance when I look left. I'm looking at the candle right now, looking left. Here we go. Confirmation up here, early entry on a call. Now, I'm looking for puts, right? Looking for puts. How do I do that? I go over here, get my line again. Technically, it's here, right? This is the support level right here. This right here. Tried to fall through it, couldn't really. Fell through it. This would be my early entry on a put. We're in between two blue lines. Do you remember the name of the zone in between two blue lines? So now you could argue that this one, though, is down here a little bit more, right? So we can get the confirmation. So touch, bounce, come back up, broke through, false breakdown in the pre-market, come back up, confirmation again. So then I got my early entry on a call. It's confirmation above this. And my early entry on a put is down here. We'll come back and do the normal entry on a call and normal entry on a put. Yep, the gamble zone. That's right. In between two blue lines, this is the gamble zone. When people tell you that, oh man, investing is gambling and trading is gambling, I bet you they couldn't describe where is gambling. They just say stuff because it's like a buzzword, right? When I was a teacher, they had all kind of buzzwords. Like, for example, they would say, and tell me if at your job, people got buzzwords because they want to sound smart, like smarter than they are. Like, and no disrespect, shout out to my teachers. But if you've been in professional development and you were in schools, you know what time it is. When they talk about student-centered learning, right? When they talk about all of these kind of different buzzwords, like, you know what time it is. Everybody got stuff like that. I like student-centered learning, let's be clear. But remember, A lot of people don't understand it, and they just using the buzzword to make it sound good. Oh man, investing is gambling. Where? How? Tell me. If you know, tell me then. So, all right, look at this. We're in the gamble zone. Boom. You want to get into the calls. You see it running up, running up, running up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. We identified that we're in a gamble zone. That means you flip a coin, you might get it right. But that's not how we want to trade. So since we're looking at these two blinds here. Oh yeah, somebody said disruptive. Yeah, right. Disrupt. Yo, I'm telling you, a lot of these buzzwords. Right? Disruptive technology, right? Yo, they be killing me. They be killing me with some of this stuff. So, okay. That's funny. So, all right, check it out. We're in a gamble zone. However, we're seeing buying pressure right here. You see this? Still some buying pressure. When you see the long wick on the bottom, time frame, I'm on a 5 minute. I thought you would be able to see it. Let me zoom it up a little. It's small. It's on the bottom down here, but I'm on a 5 minute. We're in a gamble zone right now. I'm on again, you on a 30, I'm on a 5. So now let's see it. Also, just so you know, right? We got to add in our red and our green lines while we wait in the gamble zone. We got a little bit of time. So now it's going to be a little bit odd. Let me get rid of this golden line up here. And remember, I tell you, trade with the charts, not with your heart. And we don't just say that to be saying that. We say it because it makes sense. And we actually write it out. So the charts literally are speaking to us and telling us what our game plan is. Right? So look. And by our, I mean me. I can't give you financial advice. But this is the game plan. I'm in the gamble zone. If I confirm above here, drawing, and I get a candle that lives above here and it's green, this is confirmation. If the candle is on the line, like they always are, they're on the line, and sometimes they power through it, it makes you want to jump in, right? It makes you get that FOMO. But we've been here 100 times. If you get in before confirmation, it's more likely than not to turn around, right? It's more likely than not to, because this is a confirmation. Confirmation exists above. Oh, wow, I never could move this before. Today is a new day. So, okay, this is not confirmation. This is confirmation right here. Above, totally above the line. So now that we got that and we're just chilling in the gamble zone. One thing I will say, though, about the gamble zone that's happening right now is we are not overbought. We are not overbought. The only issue right now, I would say, though, is this 389 zone, psychological level of resistance. Psychological level. Okay, great. My guy said your charts are a little different than mine. Hold up. I do want to just go and show you my settings. I have my default settings, but I don't want to miss out on the fun. So I'm going over to the watch list. I didn't get there yet, right? I'm going over to the watch list and I'm going to see what we have in store. All right. So normal calls, we're looking for the 398. Let's go and see what the 398 costs. And let's go and see what the 395 costs as well. And even the 394, expiration today. No, actually expiration tomorrow. So I'm going looking at the SPY right now. I want to check. Now we're starting to get into the oversold territory somewhat. But we passed through a crazy line of resistance, psychological level of resistance, right? The 390. So let's just go and check. So I'm looking at the options right now. And I'm going to go and look at calls. And I'm looking at date tomorrow, January 20th. And I want to look at the 395. So we got to just update based on pre-market and aftermarket moves. 395 is currently $46 right now. So I'll share this with the screen. And again, yo, let me tell you something, family. I just looked up and look at it get rejected at the line. Did you see that? Sometimes I think like, yo, this is freaking magic or something. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. We could tell that it was going to struggle with the line long before it happened. Not that it can't break it, but it was going to struggle with it. And what is that? That's technical analysis. It gives you an idea as to what's going on and what is likely to happen when you hit this same level again. And we discovered that this level was there and it was going to struggle with it a little bit because it was here as well. This happened already in the pre-market. So we could see that it was going to happen, right? So that doesn't mean that it's going to get totally rejected here, but it just means that we just seen it coming. So, okay. Now I want to show you this so you can have an idea what I'm talking about when you see me calling out the ask price at 46 when I took this screenshot. Right? That was it when I took this screenshot. Now it's about 48. Right now it's about 48. Okay. So what we like is confirmation above the line. A candle that lives totally above the line. Now, one issue though that we're having, right? A mixed signal, a little bit of a mixed signal. And I'll tell you what it is. We're breaking through a resistance. However, our RSI down here is overbought. You see that earpiece where Nancy feeding me information? Yo, shout out to Nancy P. Shout out to my... Hello? Is this Nancy? What's up, girl? Yeah, I still think you are, right? It don't matter how old you are. Listen, age, come on, girl. 82? You look 28. Nah, let me stop with Nancy. She's somebody... Nah, listen, let me stop. So, all right, it's 43 right now. And again, we got rejected at this line. There are people who jumped in who aren't doing technicals as effectively. And we're not better than nobody else. We're just trusting the charts. They didn't wait for the confirmation. Last time I tried that and I didn't wait for the confirmation because I was more in a rush. But I understood that. So I didn't go too hard. I lost $96, right? But understand me on this. When you know these things, that's how you do better in the future. You understand? So now we're getting rejected again at the line. You would have thought we could tell the future, but we cannot. We are not you know who. But we do wait for the confirmation. But look at this. The RSI is cooling down. The RSI is cooling down. And now we're back into the 389s. So this is looking like, to me, retracement. Right? This is looking like retracement. Retracement means we already went up, and we're coming down a little bit before continuing back up. That's what it looks like. So let's go real quick and let's add in another chart. And again, do you see? Let me know in the comments, yes or no. Do you see how important it is to wait for confirmation? Do you see how important it is to wait for confirmation? This is confirmation up here, a candle that lives totally above the line. If we would have jumped in early here, let's be clear though, we already know. What law is it? I want to say law number 3. We would have got stopped out if we would have jumped in. So we would have been better than most. But even if we didn't get stopped out, we knew, hey, I didn't get stopped out because I didn't get in at all. I'm waiting for confirmation. So you see how important that is. Because I told you, and I want to zoom in on this because this might be the lesson of the day. Look at this candle living on the line. We all saw that. We all were thinking to ourselves, yo, man, I want to get in right now. You felt it, I felt it. But we wait for our confirmation. It has to be a main part of our strategy. If you're going crazy some days, you might skip the confirmation part, but you're going to get smoked a lot more than not. This is Weeble. This is not Trading View. But look at this. I'm sure so many people getting smoked. Just jumping in. Straight up like that. But it's very important. I'm seeing the whole family. Shout out to the family. Put some respect on the family.
Put some respect on my name.
Okay. So now that we're back down here, we can kind of identify a weak uptrend. Very weak, very short term. Let's see if it holds. But we're in a gamble zone still. So RSI has cooled off. The MACD, the blue MACD line is crossing towards the orange signal line. But we do have a weak uptrend with 3 touches of the line. So if you ever hear me call this a confirmation, there are 2 kinds of confirmations that we're talking about. One of them is when a candle lives above our resistance or below our support, right? That's a confirmation, yes. Up here. Another form of a confirmation is when you confirm a trend. We got here 1 touch, 2, and now 3. So we might start to jump back up. But you can see how we're doing the charts inside of the gamble zone, right? Technically, we're getting into, and these are my people who've been with me for a long time, we're kind of, sort of getting into our purple line territory where I say, you know, shooting it from half, you could make it, but it's not a good thing to keep doing. Shooting it from half court is what I mean by that. So technically, we're getting into our purple lane territory, which is about right here. So we have this wedge. We have our uptrend, but we're breaking through it. We're breaking through it. And let's see how it goes, but we're breaking through it. And let's see. So our purple line, we have a really, really kind of weak resistance right here. We got like 3 touches, like 1, 2, and 3 right here. And then we have 3 supports or 3 touches on the supports, 3 confirmations, 1, 2, and 3. So then some action is going to happen somewhere over here. Either we're going to tank or we're going to blow by it. Both of these trends can't exist together. This is why you got the cross. Since they can't exist together, there's no way for this stock or ETF to stay like flat right here in this range. It's going to hold one of these trends. Or actually, it's going to break through one of them. And that's what we're trying to just see. But we're still in the gamble zone. We cannot forget that. And by this point, you got to be able to see, I don't want to say the predictive power, but I want to say, almost I want to say that. The predictive power, because, you know, for real, seriously, nobody can tell the future. But the charts really do tell you where the buyers are and where the sellers are. There are a lot of limit orders that exist that we can't see, but we know institutions like Citadel, Virtue Financial, all of them, Robinhood, all of them, they could see all of the orders. We can't, but we can see how the action of the prices happen in these areas. You said, how is this cross set up? All right, so let's just try it again, right? So we breaking through the uptrend. So we just found an uptrend, the golden line uptrend, right? How do you find an uptrend? You look for a low, a higher low, and then a higher low, which we're breaking through. So this golden trend is kind of starting to be invalidated. And then the purple one, I just found another level of resistance, right? I'm saying, okay, where is the stock going as high as and having trouble getting over? And it's about right here. We're here and here. And even right here is having trouble getting over these things. So since we have 2 straight lines and they're not parallel, eventually they cross, and they just cross about at this range right here. When is this? 10:30 or so? Like a little bit before that. Okay, so we blew through our yellow line. So then that uptrend is smoked and done. And what we're doing is we're watching. Now, we do see a positive-ish sign, a little bit, right? Kind of, sort of. And what is that? We're starting to see weakness. Or actually, I'm sorry, we're starting to see strength. We're starting to see strength. The RSI has cooled off. RSI is basically out of the equation now that it's cooled off, right? It's neutral. We're near a support. We're in a gamble zone. We don't want to forget that. But we're near a support in the gamble zone because the buyers are here. RSI is cool. MACD is almost flat. So then you're going to see some strength, right? But again, trading in here is just a straight up gamble. We know that to be the case. However, we got all signs of strength right here at 389. So if I was to get into a call option here in the gamble zone, I would expect to be in this call for a minute, 1 minute, maybe 3. That would be totally it, right? Because I know that I'm playing it so hot because I'm in the gamble zone that there's no need for me to be in it too long. So then, all right, since we're down here near the early entry on a put, awaiting confirmation. And notice too, I want you to really notice this. Patience. Patience is what really gets you paid. When you rush, you get smoked. You rush into the call, don't wait for confirmation, you get smoked. If you ever do decide to rush into a call or rush into a put, all I want for you is to be able to identify what happened, right? Identify what happened. You say, yeah, I did rush into that. I didn't wait for confirmation. So then you at least have an idea as to what's going on. So, okay. Technically now, again, our buyers and our sellers are battling each other. Look at the wicks on this candle. You see how it's long on the top, long on the bottom, and the candle's kind of sitting in the middle? This is kind of what consolidation looks like when we start trading sideways, right? We start trading sideways. So if I was going to shoot from half again, which I didn't do in a while, but now, since we see our sellers are right here, technically that purple line that I drew, we can move it again. And it would be about here. I don't like to trade this one much because it's not a lot to go up and it's not a strong signal, but our sellers are right here. You can see them coming in with the high wicks on the top. That's showing you the sellers are there. The MACD is trying to cross down. The RSI is still neutral. Okay, so now I'm going to open up my options right here. See what we got. Let's go and let's look. It's a real tight consolidation right here in this range. Strong support. We're showing some strong support and somewhat weak resistance, but we got a really, really solid consolidation level. I'm going back. I'm still looking at that call at this point because I still have it open. Which one? And I'm going to go over, look at the puts now, but I'm looking at this one, right? The 395 call, January 20th. It was 46 when we took this picture, but right now it's 31 and it's selling even more. It's 30. It's going into the 29s, right? So I'm just looking at it. I didn't buy it. So, okay. But since we're closer to the early entry on the puts, this is why I'm going to go and look at the puts and look at the sellers. We're pushing this down. RSI is neutral. MACD about to cross. So I'm going to go and look at the 385 and see what that costs. I'm going to look at the one today and I'm going to look at the one tomorrow. Now, the reason I'm looking at both of them is because I don't want the options price to be less than 0.10, right? And the reason for that is stop losses. My plan is to protect my money that I already have. So if it's like the option costs like 0.4 or 0.9 or something like that, how am I going to get a 10%, if not a 5% stop loss easily? The numbers don't break down like that. So, okay. So now I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the puts. I'm not getting married to a direction. We never do that. We don't put a ring on the directions. 385 put right now for expiration today. I did not buy it, but it's currently in the $26 range per contract. I'll share it with you real quick so you can see which one I'm looking at. This one is actually expiration today. It's not bad. The price isn't bad in terms of the strategy that I'm using. So this one, the 385, 19 of January put, is 26 at the time of this recording. No, I didn't buy it yet. Now it's okay. It's 23, 24. So if it's 24, let's see what's going on with the charts. So we're still seeing a little bit of weakness. We're on a bit of an uptrend, weak uptrend. You say you up 36 right now on the put. That's what I'm talking about. Remember, if you're taking a gamble in the gamble zone, Practice your risk management appropriately. He said, I'm married to the direction. That's funny. Okay. It's funny in theory. Don't let it turn your account into a funny little amount. Do I use a market or limit? I use limit buys. Okay, so right now this put is 22. RSI is curling up, but that don't really mean too much for us in terms of what we're doing. The open interest on January 20th is over 100K. Yeah, that's right. MACD looks like it wants to bounce over the signal line or bounce off of it. We still know our sellers are right here. However, we do also know that they are trying to get broken through. Right? We can see that our sellers are right here. And this is that purple line I was telling you about, where we still in a gamble zone. And that's a shooting from a half court, taking a very, very far shot if you do take it. And sometimes you'll make it, but your chances are lower. And like I was saying on a live stream with Larry and Mo yesterday, is people get married to the possibility of making money with options, but not the probability. And you got to switch your mind over from possibility to probability. So then you can say, okay, I'm taking high probability kind of chances. Can I explain the 0.10 thing? Yeah. So imagine you want to put, so if the option costs 0.9, right? Or even 0.7. Let's say it costs not even 0.7, 0.07, right? Like really low in price. You want it to be, in my opinion, 0.10, if not higher than 0.10, because you want to put your stop loss. If I said it wrong earlier, I didn't mean to. 0.07 or 0.05, something like that. How are you going to get a proper 10% stop loss or even 5% stop loss on something that doesn't divide into 5 or 10 very easily? Okay, so now purple line, we're approaching it. We're breaking through. I didn't even mean to make this purple. I meant to make this red because these were our sellers. And look, you see, we powered through the sellers. We powered through the sellers, and then you get a burst. Power through the sellers, and you get a burst. But we're in a gamble zone, and we're on top of the purple line. So now, since we're in a gamble zone, I'm going to go back. And since we're headed back up towards the early entry on a call, that's where I'm going to change my mind back and go back and look at the call again. Which call? 397 or 395, not 397, January 20th. Just go back and forth. I'm playing exactly how the charts want to give it to me. I'm not trying to force anything. Remember, it's all about, you got to really think. It's about making money. It's not so much about hitting a home run once and being a superstar for a day. It's about actually making money. Many of us have been a superstar for the day. So many of us. Oh man, I'm up 500, I'm up 300%. But when you look at your account really ain't up. Do I set the stop loss when I'm entering? So I enter it and then I immediately go. So I was looking through Moomoo, right? And that's where my passive income challenge stuff is, right? So I got my dividends over there. So what I'm looking at though, is it looks like they might have, but somebody was telling me, yeah, in the comments, and I trust y'all big dog, but I got to see it for myself as well. I got to see the receipts. They're telling me that the trailing stop loss is on Moomoo's options, which I got to go and see, right? I got to go and see that. So I'm just going to transfer some money over there. And when the passive income challenge is done, I might just move my dividend account to another type of account and then use Moomoo for trading, especially if they got that trailing stop loss, because that's huge. That's huge. So look, again, did we confirm above the purple line? No. That's why it would have been a half court shot. It looked like it's going in. You ever seen when you playing basketball, right? And you shoot the shot, right? And then the rim is like this, and then the ball goes in and out. That was one of those. That was one of those. So we still in this gamble zone. We still in the gamble zone. I got to show y'all something real quick, because Now y'all got me thinking about all right, CNBC. I want to say, hold up, dude's name is, I forget his name, Swaggy P, but I forget his real name. He missed a 3-point shot one time, and it was exactly what I'm talking about. Here you go.
Look how much enthusiasm the Lakers are playing with.
More from Spain.
Hold up.
Look how much enthusiasm the Lakers are playing with.
More from Spain.
Shaq to the fool.
Nah, all right, enough fooling around. That that is what I'm talking about when you see something like this. You try to get into a call and it look like it's going crazy. Nick Young, shout out to the family.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on it. My man said, yo, family. All right, look, but we powering through. He said, Kemba Walker did one of those too. Come on now. So we powering through, and it looks like we're starting to show some buying pressure. We're in a gamble zone, but we're showing some of those. You said you was watching that yesterday? We just gotta watch out. So we gotta understand what's going on. So we're seeing some buying pressure, right? How do we see it? Again, easy with the candle being long on the bottom, right? This is how we see it. Candle being long on the bottom. We did not confirm yet. We're still struggling with this previous level of resistance, but the RSI is neutral. MACD has not crossed down yet, and we're starting to try to live above. Now, this would be an early entry. Didn't wait for confirmation, right? Didn't wait for confirmation, but this, and we're in the gamble zone, right? This is I'm talking about high risk, half court shot that could easily go wrong. Not waiting for confirmation, even in the gamble zone. Even if it confirmed above the purple line, you're still in the gamble zone, and you got to remember that, right? You still would. So I'm looking at the 395 call, right? I got to reset this computer too. It's starting to get a little funny. So I'm looking at the 395 call. Expiration tomorrow, January 20th. Right now it costs 33. We get another rejection. The buying volume is kind of dying down a little bit, but also the selling volume is dying down too. So you could argue the volume in general is dying down. My dog TJ said, hey, you really can't go wrong with a stop loss. It helps. The battle of 389. Yo, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And I'm in here with my dogs. Yep. The buying volume is decreasing and the selling volume is decreasing. So overall, the volume is decreasing. And we're now consolidating. Somewhat up, though. Consolidating somewhat up. Great question. My guy Vader 0872, he said, why not use the 3-minute if the other time frames is, 1 is too much like a crying baby and then 5 is like where I really want to trade at? You could look at the 3 and get like an understanding of where you're going. And that's not even bad, to be honest with you. It's not bad. But I like to have a little more time than that. That's just a preference thing. But I think you're on point, big dog. You're definitely on point. So yeah, today is just looking like one of those days. You said the buyer or sellers, it's a fight in Game of Thrones. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, that's facts. Family, we got 200 likes. Could we get it to 500 likes? Look at the like at when you hear me saying this. Where is it at? Let's see if we get it to 500. We just got to get half more than we got. So, okay, boom. We're seeing some strength. We're seeing a little bit of strength. We are in the gamble zone. We have not confirmed above this line. I might take a higher risk play, but I understand that I would be taking a higher risk play. Even confirmation above this purple line it's still an extremely high risk play because of where we are. We are in the gamble zone. What we would prefer is this. And this up here is high risk. This is why you would need a 5% stop loss. Down here, crazy risk. Crazy risk. Crazy risk. However, we got a weak uptrend. A really shallow and weak uptrend. Oh, I gotta sneeze. A weak uptrend. Okay, so I'm looking at that same call. She's 37 on the ask, 36 on the ask, 35. I'm in the gamble zone. Okay, so I might jump in this, but I could take a hit. And I understand the risk, right? I'm in the gamble zone. I didn't wait for confirmation. I'm looking at this. 35. I'm trying to get an entry in an extreme. I want to be so super clear, super duper clear, mega ultra clear. This is a gamble zone. This is a gamble zone. Okay. Even though we're headed up. Now it's at 38. It was at 35. 37. Starting a weekend. 36. Starting a weekend. I want to see if I can probably catch a small wave. See if I catch a small wave. 34. She's coming down still because, again, we are in the gamble zone. I'm looking at the order book. The sellers is in here like crazy. 34 on the ask. RSI is not overbought or anything like that, but she's weakening. Okay. So she's pushing up a little bit. This candle should close out soon and end up higher. I'm trying to get into a high risk one. If you are a new trader or anything like that, I would totally not recommend getting into anything in the gamble zone at all. Totally not. I absolutely do not recommend getting in nothing. Don't get in anything in the gamble zone. This is like shooting a half-court shot. And it's very easy to miss, even if you're an experienced trader. But we should close out, and that should be a really, really good sign. I was trying to enter it at 34, but I can't get a fill. Trying to see if we get like a quick little drop. Maybe I could get in real quick. But again, if you are new to the game, I would totally advise against anything trading in a gamble zone. It's not wise. Okay. So I'm in at 34. Just got in. I'm putting my stop loss on right now. And I'm putting it on, since I'm in the gamble zone, I'm putting my stop loss on 2%. because I already know what time it is. Let me actually post this since I did get in to Keenan's trades. %, doing this to spice things up a little bit. This is a very high risk one. And let's see if I'm getting kicked out. And yep, I'm already out of it. I'm already out of it. I got in at 34, had my stop loss on 33. But yeah, even if you are experienced or whatever, it don't matter at certain points, family. When you trade in the gamble zone, straight up. Yep, so now she's moving a little sideways. But we identified it. Identify is so crazy to trade in the gamble zone. Yep, missed the half court shot. Bam. So, okay, how many of them did I buy? So I always like to keep track. Remember, I bought 100 of them. Okay, yeah, so that's boom. Each one of them down $1. So then today, so far, because you know I keep the receipts. Today, so far, again, took a high risk shot, but didn't lose a lot. Because I identified the risk really, really early on before I even did it. So, okay. Gamble zone, you know what time it is with that. So now, what am I looking at? I'm looking to see if I get a regular, not regular, but an early entry on a put. We back down here again. You say you bought it at the top of the bear flag? How do you draw resistance and support lines on a mobile? TJ, where is the video for the stop loss? Go into the Discord and write how to stop loss in class questions chat. Go there and do that. Oh yeah, the settings, got you. Look at this, my MACD, right down here. My settings for my MACD. The fast length is 12, slow length is 26, and then the signal, smoothing, is 9. When you look at the style, I got my MACD line blue, my signal line is yellow. But these are the defaults. I just switched the colors. If that don't make sense to you, you can just play it back and watch it slowly. My RSI is this. Length 6, right? You can just look at all of these. Length 6, length 14, length 24. These are all of them, right? But let's look at the style. I'm using RSI 14 and it's blue. So this one. Okay. But again, you guys are watching this with me. You've been watching me for a while. Oh, we got over 500 likes. Let's get it.
Put some respect on my name.
Check me out. We understood we in the gamble zone. RSI 14 is all you really need, in my opinion. So we understand we're in the gamble zone. Sometimes you take a half court shot and you're going to break that bad, right? Hold up. But when you understand the risk, you could act appropriately. You understand? You could act appropriately and then you could win that way. So now I'm going back and I'm looking at my, and I want you to think of this too, right? Let's be clear. My first trade took a super crazy high risk, but I knew it was a crazy high risk. So I didn't really bank on that. I was like, let me just shoot something, right? So boom, crazy high risk. Since I know that, what I'm thinking now is it's time to get into a new trade. But my new trade, I'm not trying to necessarily make up for my old trade. It would be a totally new trade, right? You got to break out of the mindset of trying to chase money, chase your old money that you had. That'll get you smoked. And that'll start to get you in your feelings. Oh, I gotta get it back. I gotta get it back. When you in your feelings like that, you don't listen to the charts. And then you end up trading in a gamble zone a lot. And then you just lose and lose and lose and lose. When you shoot in the gamble zone, the odds are not in your favor. When you get past the early entry levels or even the normal entry levels, the odds are more in your favor. They never totally with you, but they're either more in your favor or way less not in your favor. Something wrong with your trades keep getting rejected. What is it telling you? What is it telling you? You might be just missing the price. You might be missing the price. When you want to buy something, you got to hit the ask. Hit the ask price. All right, yeah. So right now, we're starting to see some buyers. Again, at this level of support. Nothing fancy. We just see the buyers because of the candles. The RSI is in the 40s. The MACD crossed down. MACD crossing down is a bear signal. So maybe we could get into an actual play. Remember though, the gamble zone is a total gamble, flip of a coin. Early entry on a put is high risk. That's why the 5% stop loss is there. It's high risk. It's still early. It's not normal. It's still early. This is not even early in the gamble zone. It's beyond early. Anything goes in here. It's the wild, wild west in here. So this purple line, I don't need it anymore. And we're just trading between this gamble zone. Let's go and look at Coinbase. So she was on a rocket. She dropped down. Now she's back up on a rocket. It might come back up to about $50, which is a few cents, before it looks like it's going to continue up. Yep, we already got it. There already. There already. Today's high is 51. Above 51, I'll be looking at $54 calls. Let's go and check Coinbase calls out real quick. Coinbase call expiration today. $50 call. $54 call. Let's see what the open interest is. $54 call. Open interest is 2,000, so that's solid. Okay, yeah, but above 51, that's what I would be looking for. Just break through that resistance today. And that will help me to look for a call. Or if we broke through this recent support, that's when I'll be looking for a put. However, these are not the same. These lines are not created equally. This line here, I would be kind of weak on a put, but up here, I would feel more strongly about a call. All right, let's go back to SPY, see how she's doing. All right. So SPY, she's still in this zone. Hold up, where my words at? Oh, there we go. Still in this gamble zone. Okay. So SPY, I'm gonna go back and look at that same call that I had that I got kicked out of with my stop loss, and I'm gonna look. So now it's 31. We're consolidating extremely strong, and we can actually move our early entry on a call here because we have more recent peaks. We have more recent peaks. So the gamble zone actually is getting smaller because of the consolidation. Have you ever been profitable trading in the afternoon or just in the morning? So if you're patient, family, you could be profitable basically any time if you really just wait. But if you just do you know what I'm saying, trading in the gamble zone again and again and again, you're going to lose a lot of money. So you don't want to do that. Every now and again, you know what I'm saying, you could just take a little high risk if you so choose and you see it and you understand. But if you always do that, it's not a long-term strategy that's a good strategy. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it a strategy. I would call it a gamble. Okay, he said, smooth operator. You say you're getting better at controlling your nerves? All good, big dog. Shout out to you. But yeah, right now, again, gamble zone. I will say this though, right? We all human. This one, traded in the gamble zone. I'm putting notes on that. Because you got to keep the receipts, right? Took a high risk trade. NGZ. Took a high risk trade in GZ. What is GZ? I'm just gonna write it out. I took a high risk trade in the gamble zone. We know that's not a good strategy, right? To be honest with you, I would even argue that losing $100 here by taking a high risk trade in the gamble zone, it just validates what we've been saying this whole time. That is the gamble zone. Okay, you said, would this be considered an uptrend? No, this is consolidation. Consolidation means trading sideways. You said this session is really teaching you patience. Family, who you telling? Who you telling, family? Straight up. Where do you see the order flow? So, okay, when you go into the option itself, that's when you can see it, right? So I had pulled it up. Yeah, my computer's being a little funny. I might have to just restart, like I said. But all right, I don't know which one I was talking about, but it's basically right here where you can see the top 2 order flow pieces. But I want you to check this. Like I've been telling you guys a lot. Like if you get on Moomoo, you can actually see way more of the order flow, right? So it might look a little complex to you for a second. But you know how we're looking at these top 2, these 2 right here, right? We're looking at the ask and the bid, how it's 46 and 47 and green and red. When you get on Moomoo, you can see the orders that are under them as well, right? So we could only see, for example, on the options that we're looking at, the top 2, which is 1 and 2 right here. But technically, there are orders that are under them that are already booked in and listed in. And this is called level 2 order book. So you can see, whoa, there's a lot of sellers coming in or a lot of buyers coming in. Like you can see it. You said, hey, Keen, the past 2 weeks, I'm in the green. And you said when he is not red. Yep, level 2 order book. So there we go. To be honest with you, family, I'm just hoping that we break out of the gamble zone. I'm not gonna go for it twice, right? I'm not gonna try it again. I already took the high risk. Took a high risk trading in the gamble zone. I took a high risk trade in the gamble zone. And I want you to also to keep your notes on what happened. Like some days I say there's no trades, no clear signal, right? Just so you could understand. But after all of the wins, right? After so many wins, I'm comfortable putting $100 on the line. You know what I'm saying? Okay. However, I will tell you, if I didn't have a little bit of a, you never want to trade with your ego, but if I didn't say, yo, I want to keep this streak going, right? But patience, family, patience. We starting to see it weakening. The MACD crossed. RSI is still neutral. Still neutral. Coin is dropping fast. Okay, Coinbase. MACD cross down. We're hovering on a level of support. You say you wanted to break your winning streak? Listen, we know what time it is. You get a big head. You get a big head doing something like that, winning too much. You get a big head, and I don't got a big head. I remember. TA works 70% of the time. Sometimes there's news catalysts. Sometimes there's manipulation involved. So I'm looking at Coinbase again, right? Because we're getting near the early entries on a put level on Coinbase. Remember though, Coinbase is significantly easier to manipulate or move than the SPY. Why is that? The SPY is a basket of stocks, right? The Fortune 500 stocks. This Coinbase is just one company that's rather small in comparison. Yep, you said that. Key said that L was chasing. Got to keep it minimum. You said you also checking out Coinbase? All right, so I'm looking at Coinbase options. I'm looking at the puts. I wouldn't remain in puts for long in Coinbase though, because look, we have another support right here. We got another level of support. Not too far down. All right. Puts. All right. The 20th is what I'm looking at right now. January 20th puts. I'm looking at the $48 put. I don't like the spread. The spread is kind of trash. It's not super trash, but it's like 4 cents. I like them to be really, really close. That's one thing I like about the SPY too. Let me just show you what I mean. That's another advantage of the SPY is the spread is solid. So hold up though. I'm looking at this coin option. So let me just go here and show you what I mean by the spread. So look at this. You see how when we trade the SPY, right? Look at the spread. It's 45 cents and then 46 cents. But look at this Coinbase option. It's 101 and 105. So as soon as you get in, you're down. As soon as you get in, you're going to be at like 103, let's say in the middle, right? And that's not great. You said go to the 45. Let's take a look. 45 does have a 1 cent spread, which is better. Now it's 3 cents. But yeah, I'm not feeling the spread. I'll be honest. You said $100 would kill your trading bank. And I'm telling you this. This is the thing. Never trade with more than 5% of your portfolio. What is your portfolio? It's everything that you have. Everything that you have that's actually worth something that you could sell. And maybe that's just your trading account. How come I only had 27 on the options chain and at the 20th? You might have to just change your range. Change your range, family. Also, notice. Oh, here we go. Look like we're getting some confirmation. Let's see. Living below the line. Let's go back to the SPY too. Just to check. Still in a gamble zone. Come on, SPY. Oh, let me go update that. Trade it. A high risk gamble zone. Play. kicked out, down. %2. All right, so I logged that in so we know. SPY, coin, let's go back to coin. Coin trying to push back up. RSI is heating up a little bit. SPY. Yeah, family. I think today is just going to be one of those days where we just consolidating and trading in this zone. We're not getting any clear signals. I tried to take a quick half-court shot from the gamble zone. Didn't work out. Oh, wait. Now she's trying to come back down and retest. Come on down, baby.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. What we got? Let's go. What do we have? Remember, though, this is a level of support. What's likely to happen is we get a little bit of a bounce. What we want is for it to come down so that we get a clear direction. Come on down, confirm, and live below this blue line. Come on down. So you can see the buyers. They're right here. Look at that candle on the bottom of it. Here we go. Here we go. We're testing the line out again. Here we go for the retest. But we potentially can finally break up out of this gamble zone. That would be lovely. You said the MACD crossing down, yes. And the RSI is still neutral, breaking through. However, we're still in the gamble zone. What's going to happen is, look, you see the buyers, they're right there pushing her right back up. We didn't confirm below. But I'm going to go back to the SPY put and look at that real quick. And see what it costs now. I think the SPY put that I was looking at today was expiration today. Yeah, it was. The 19th. Let's see what it costs now, though. January 19th, $385. It's $19. $19, now it's $20. We're still in the gamble zone. We have not confirmed below the gamble zone. However, she is trying. She is trying. So one thing that happens down here, right, is there are a lot of orders. Look at them. You can see all of the buyers here. Like when you really like zoom out and take a, like, be honest with yourself and take a look. And let's take a look. You can see all of the buyers right here. To be honest, some of them are even down here, but you can see them. Long wicks on the bottom. Keeping us in this consolidation, keeping us consolidating in our gamble zone. So we got all of these buyers right here. We want them to be powered through. We see our selling momentum kind of heating up a little bit. We're piercing through a bit. There's a lot of sellers at the ask price of 22. Okay, so I'm gonna try to fill. I didn't confirm. We're waiting for confirmation, but I might take another high risk one. But again, we did not confirm. But I've been on a live for a while, so I'm gonna try to play a little hot. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. So I took my second high risk trade. Here we go. And okay, so far this is working out. So look, I'm gonna put in. I didn't wait for the confirmation, right? I'm playing it hot like I just said. I'm gonna go put my stoppie on, and now I'm back up 200. I lost 100. I'm up 200. Didn't wait for the confirmation, which is a terrible idea. You see me lose there once and win there once. That's a 50-50, right? But since we know that's the case, what we have to do is make sure that if you're taking a higher risk, you make sure that you mitigate the risk by understanding that you're playing it hot. So, okay, boom. And I'm posting these always to Keenan's Trades. Remember that. And boom, I'm out the trade. All right, look, boom, ended up profitable. Yes. And that was like, what, 2 seconds? Not even a minute. A minute. Stop loss kicked me out. I get up to 200, playing it hot. I'm talking about hot. Because I'm trying to get out of here. So look at this. Down 200, up 100. I took 2 risks in the gamble zone. One of them worked out. But do you see, even though this worked out, because we got to be scientific with it, even though this one worked out this time, how this is not trading in the gamble zone is not a profitable strategy at all. Trading in the gamble zone and not waiting for confirmation is not a profitable strategy. Does that make sense? It's the casino. It's the casino. 50-50, you will never win like that. You will never win like that. Is that real? We identified that the buyers was here. We could identify that we didn't break through. But I could see from having a level of experience with this, I could see that I could make a little bit of money quickly and maybe just ride this quick wave for like a quick hot second, right? But again, the confirmation is what I would prefer. By and large, way more prefer. And I want to see if we can get that because the RSI is not oversold. But yep, here we go. Going up. My guy said he lost $15. And I want to ask you again, though. Do you understand why? Because we didn't wait for what? Right? Didn't wait for what? That's the key. Didn't wait for what? The confirmation. When you don't wait for confirmation, you kind of flipping the coin, right? You know, I keep it real, keep it raw. I flipped it once, didn't win it. Flipped it the second time, I won it. So let's see. Confirmation, baby. Look, oh, guess what? Remember our buyer zone that we had? It's turning into a seller zone. Let's look. You see the long wick trying to get on the top right here? In this area, it used to be the green or the buyers was here. Now, look at the top wicks here. Same level. Sellers. He said it was fast for you? Yep, confirmation is key. Confirmation is king. Confirmation is king. Okay. So I'm looking back at it again. I see the sellers on the top. I see the RSI is not over. It's not oversold or overbought. It's more neutral. MACD is coming down. Sellers is pushing it down. And it's back at 19. It's back. The ask price is 19. We are sitting right on the support. The sellers is taking control here. Remember, confirmation is key, especially if you are a new trader. You said teacher, teach. Let's get it. Hold up. Wrong one. Wrong one again. Here we go. Confirmation is key. Because what happens too is this, right? I want you to understand this. Oh yeah, I'm seeing, look, I gained $23. I lost $3 or whatever. Understand this. What happens sometimes is, let's say that I didn't take the first trade, the $100 when I took the high risk in the gamble zone. The second one was also high risk in the gamble zone because I didn't confirm out of it. What happens is some people, they just get the second one, right? They make all of this money in the gamble zone. They don't even realize they're in there. They get the big head and then they lose it all. The ego gets to you and you lose all of your money because you don't realize what you're looking at. Right? However, look at this. We're in a technical downtrend, but we're sitting on a support. Here we go. Technical downtrend, sitting on a support. She's trying to break again. Sellers is trying to push her. The sellers are trying to push her. There's a lot of selling at price 20. There's a whole lot of people trying to sell it at 20 and take profits there. At the ask price 20. So she's pushing back up again. She's still on this level. So she's still on the gamble zone. She's not confirmed down yet. If you jump in super early, you just got to understand that. He said, I took the 3. He said, you took 3 half-court shots, made 1 lucky one, lost the 3rd one, and spilled coffee on your desk. Baby, you be all right. You be all right because you recognize what's going on. Okay, so look, 19. I'm going to try to get in again. Let me see. Again, no confirmation, right? No confirmation. I don't see it. I didn't enter. I didn't wait for the confirmation. Almost. But I didn't get my entry. I tried to get in at 19. It didn't work. I got my order set for 19, but now it's at 21. So that would have been a quick flip. Quick, nice one. But I didn't get it. You said confirmation? Yeah, we still waiting on that. Like down here. But I got my order set for 19. And it's 20 now. Like the price is 20 now. Let's see if I can get an entry. Because there are a lot of sellers trying to push it back. And we can see the buyers coming in down here. Now, look. Now she's going to 21, 22, 24. Now she's just going to crash down. I really tried to get in at 19 again, but it didn't work. I missed that one. It'd be nice to see her push up, go to 19, pick me up, and then...
Come on down. Your next contestant on The Price is Right.
Come on, pick me up, baby. I would love to see it. But you see a little buyers down here. We see y'all. You know what I'm saying? We see y'all little buyers down here. But y'all limit orders. You know what I'm saying? Right, TJ, you're right. It's very choppy down here. Today is just one of those days. We can't chase, though. Chasing is what get you smoked. I had tried to get in on 19 and ride it to like maybe even 22, and it went to 24. But, hey, it is what it is. Are you serious right now? Thank you for explaining those levels. Confirmation. Say you too funny. Appreciate you, family. But look at this. Huge amount of buying right here. We always want to know where our buyers are. Huge amount of buyers. You can even argue that it's like all the way up here in the zone that we're looking for confirmation on. Okay, so I'm seeing more weakness. And I really missed that 19 that I was trying to get in before. It might not be valid anymore, but I was really trying to get that one. The selling pressure is kind of dying a little bit. It's weakening. Coinbase is now at 59. Which confirmation do you have to wait till the candle after? So when you get a candle that totally lives under the line, that's what we call confirmation. Technically, you can wait for as much confirmation as you want. But I think one, if you're doing an early entry, one, you can make it make sense. And you would want the candle to close. Like the candle closes out. And do you see how this part of the candle is where the price is? Like it's moving. That means the next candle over is going to start wherever this one is. Okay, so I'm going to try to see if I could get in now. Again. But remember, early entry on a put. So I got to have a stop loss on at least 5% on an early entry on a put. It's just the way that it goes. So now, you see this candle? It's confirming down. But it's kind of turning green, and that makes me say, whoa, hold up. Okay. All right, stay focused. And with a choppy market like this, I'm even willing to ride a wave to, let's call it, from even like I was trying to get at 19 before. I'm even willing to ride it, the wave from 22 to 23. You know what I'm saying? Because all profits in this case is good profits. We're not getting really, really clear directions in this market. And again, I post all of my entries of Keenan's trades. I see that there are buyers here, so consider keeping that one open. You say, yeah, 19 was out. Would have been nice, right? I did, but it's not always like, you don't want to just set it at 19 and forget it. That's where I wanted to get it when I was first looking for the drop. And now I'm in at 22, about to sell it at 23. Because I actually got to go. Okay. So I'm up another 100. All I did was just play the confirmation instead of being greedy. Okay, 150. Remember, I like $100 bills. So then that's okay with me. And I'm going to move my stop loss up even higher so I could get up out of this and not even have to worry. Yeah, you know what's the worst? When you go and set your stop loss, right? But by accident, you put a limit order in and you just sell it. So, okay. Right now, compared to that entry, I am at 150 up. Okay, but I'm putting my stop loss up again. So, okay, 150 earned, 200 earned. So what? 250, right? No, I'm sorry, 350, and then minus the 100. 350 minus the 100, 250. So then the next one is plus 150. And I'm just waiting to get kicked out. Let's go see what's going on over here. Because you know me, I'm moving that. I got to be my own trail and stop loss. All right, and boom, I'm out of the trade with my stop loss. So, all right, great. So, family, I got to get up out of here. So, the way that the day is going, I took 2 high-risk trades. One of them, let's just recap. One of them in the gamble zone, crazy high-risk trade, right? I took a high-risk trade in the gamble zone. The second one was another very high-risk trade in the gamble zone. However, remember, gamble zone is 50-50. And this one I happened to win. And like I told you, the 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. That's how you can help yourself when you kind of playing it really risky. And then this one was normal. This one was totally normal. I waited for confirmation. It wasn't tanking, so I just took it up and it got out immediately. Not even immediately. My stop loss kicked me out. So you say you're still in the puts and you know you might be profitable, but remember, when the market ain't going one way for sure, you got to take what you get. So now, boom, where am I at with all of this? I'm up I probably should leave that. I do like having notes on this though. So yeah, look at this. Watch this math magic, right? Look, what you do on one side, you do to the other. I could take away this 100. That means I could take away this 100. What you do to one side, you do to the other. And look, take away these, add them together, and we are up $250 on the day. But today was choppy. 200. I took 3 trades. I don't want to do more than 3 trades. So I got 200, I got 150, and now I lost 100 at the first one. Really high risk trades. So it is what it is. Profitable though. I'll take it. It is what it is. I will take it. However, I do see though that it's tanking. The market is tanking. You say you up 35%. I'm out of the trade. I'm out of the trade. Stop loss kicked me out. For that one, I got up to $150 and I will take that. But do you guys see this? And I want you to really, really hear me on this. Hear me on this. Do you see how this third trade was the real trade, right? The third trade was the real trade. I got a question, and the answer begins with C. What did we wait for that made this one a way better trade than the other ones? What did we wait for that made this the real one? And if you appreciate me in here, keeping it real, keeping it raw, showing you how you could do it wrong and also showing you how you could do it right, let me know the answer in the chat, please. Or even put a 1 in the chat, family. Let me know how this was the real trade. When you look at it now, I'm seeing the family. Yep, confirmation. Free. Shout out to you. Shout out to Free.
Put some respect on my name.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And my guy, Pell, he said he putting the stop loss up. Yep. Confirmation. The confirmation. We see what time it is. When you wait for the confirmation, this is where the real money is made, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the whole family. Confirmation. That's right. Because tell me this. Tell me if you agree with me or not. And you've seen it play out. This one, I'm seeing a family saying they up 30%, 40%, stuff like that. I got kicked out, right? Because I'm ready to get up out of here. Tell me if you agree with me or not. Waiting for confirmation makes it way easier. Do you agree with that? Waiting for confirmation makes it easier. Let me know, yes or no, in the chat. Waiting for confirmation just makes it so much easier. It just takes longer. That's the only thing. It just takes longer. That's all it is. That's all it is. Now, again, when I see other YouTubers try to get on here and they try to trade, they don't really understand it thoroughly. So they don't see where they messed up, or they don't see where they doing it somewhat incorrectly. So then they get smoked a lot of the time. You say you made 29% being patient, made 140. And again, shout out to y'all and my new people who are here. If you see me take a really, really high risk one, and I'm trying to spice up the live a little bit, understand this. It's better for you to wait for confirmations than to try to keep up with me. You know what I'm saying? It's more important that you learn. And that's really why I do this. That's why I'll show you sometimes I'll take a crazy high risk one, right? Because I want you to just see. And you'll see me doing it, and you'll be like, yo, yeah, Keenan, you say you taking this one, but it didn't confirm, right? And it might work and it might not. It's a 50-50 like I showed you. But you see what time it is, family. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I hope that you're getting to ride this wave down. Because this is crashing like a rock. It's crashing like a rock. I got out up 6%, and I'm happy with that because it's profit. All profit is good profit. You got up 20%. Again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I see you in the next one. And you know what? Patience is what gets you paid. Take care.